Welcome back, everybody. It is Pet Talk Tuesday. Dustin Yerman is back from the Buffalo Animals Shelter, and you're looking at Nani. And Nani is adorable. He's 2 years old. He had to be surrendered, so he is a gorgeous, gorgeous dog, and he's just ready to be your new best friend. Local veterinarian Dr. Lucas Kandefer is back to address the problem of fleas. So we'll talk about that in a second. Let's get to Nani first, Dustin.
Sure.
And we're happy to let you know last week's dog got adopted.
Buddy the Beagle was adopted.
Buddy the Beagle was adopted. Yay!
That day, yes.
Nani is absolutely spectacular.
Oh my gosh,
what a
he's
cutie
so
pie.
cute. Yeah, he's probably some sort of Shih Tzu mix, we think. He seems like he was actually very well taken care of. He was surrendered to the shelter. Unfortunately, his owners did not speak very good English, so they really couldn't convey too much what was the reasoning was, but they were very sad and they were crying. So these things happen. He was actually, he was very well taken care of.
Yes.
He's been groomed. We didn't do that. He came in very loved. He's got a wonderful disposition, sweet with everything, good with dogs, great with people, just an absolute love. So
isn't he
we're sure he will make a great family addition to pretty much almost any type of family you can think of.
Doctor, is he full grown?
Yeah, 2 years old, absolutely.
Yeah, so he's pretty much just ready to go.
Yeah.
Has he been neutered yet?
Not yet, but once he's adopted, it'll be all taken care of for you. Fully vaccinated, neutered, microchipped, good to go.
Yeah.
Free vet visit.
We know Nani came from a good home, so we're hoping that we find another good home for him.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be too hard for him.
Yeah, look at that face, just
I
adorable.
know, and the temperament too.
Oh.
Phenomenal.
Now, we're seeing fleas.
Right.
Right. As soon as it's like you want to get the dog and the cats out, we see fleas. We got to treat the fleas.
And you know, it becomes a real problem when we talk about fleas, because most people see a couple fleas on their pet and they say, you know what, I'll just go ahead and pick them off. We fix the problem. The problem is you should come in more often. So when we talk about it, the actual fleas that are on your pet, when we talk about the total population in the environment, are only 5% of the whole problem. So that's the tip of the iceberg. So the fleas that are on them are just the indication that we have a major problem. And basically the rest of the population ends up as larvae, pupa, and maggots, more or less, in the carpet, in the bedding, all over the home. Usually over the span of a month or two, most of those jump out and they start the problem all over again. Every flea that's on your pet can produce 50 eggs a day. Oh my. So you have 10 fleas, that's 500 eggs every single day that are being produced. And they can actually, unfortunately, people put medication on them once and they think, I solved the problem. It can take up to 8 to 9 months to resolve the issue. They can go through a pupal stage that, short of fire, will not kill them. So when we talk about bombing the house and things like that, all it really does is reduce the load that's in the house. But really what we need is a very good quality flea control product that kills the adult fleas. There are other medications that can help sterilize them and help control the infestation. There's a lot of products out there that are really, really good at helping control this.
Let me ask about that, because we have 2 dogs and we just gave them their Bravecto for ticks. Does that take care of fleas?
It does, absolutely.
It does, yes.
And there are a number of products out there now that last for more than just 1 month. So when we're talking about trying to get better control, the Bravecto that you're talking about lasts for 3 months.
3 months.
Sometimes that's a problem because people forget, well, how long's it been, and have we,
I have it written
made sure
down
we
in
give
the
the next
cabinet.
one?
Yeah.
And that's exactly right.
What product do you recommend?
Yeah, what do you recommend?
When it comes down to it, there's so many products out there that it's tough to just navigate and say, this is the one, the best one for every pet.
What do you use for your dog?
So I use oral medications for my dog because she swims constantly. So all of our topicals, I use Bravecto or Simparica. There's a number of different products out there that they're very, very good, and they're extremely effective. And a lot of them will cover for ticks too, and that's becoming more and more of a problem in this area. And it's, they're carrying Lyme disease, they're carrying a lot of other tick-borne diseases that are sometimes, some of them are very difficult to manage and control. So when we get that broad coverage, it really helps. The other problem we see is that people don't protect their pets through the winter. They say, it's cold outside, we don't have a problem. If you had fleas in your house during the summer, we keep our environment perfect for them to continue to come out. So we stop early and the load is much reduced, and then come spring we see there's a major problem again. We think it's because it's warm out. It's because we never cleared the issue.
What about flea control for indoor cats? People will say, well, my cat's inside.
It's the most common reason we see allergies, we see fur loss, especially around the tail and the back end of a pet, is it's always fleas unless you can find another cause. So when we talk about it, we can carry in a couple of fleas on our pant legs, just walking through our backyard and things like that. They get onto a cat in the house, and we've got, if we've got a number of cats in the house, it's so difficult to, I mean, it becomes expensive trying to manage, 9 months of flea products, and not every flea product's created equal. When we talk about some of the ones over the counter, some of them can be good, but I've found a number of them that just don't cover the animal properly. They can cause local irritation, but any topical can. When we talk about them, it's the right product for the right pet, your veterinarian can help you with that.
Now, let's just say, let's get back to the Bravecto or an oral medication. So what happens? The flea or the tick has to bite the dog?
It works for any medication, more or less. They don't work immediately upon contact. So they still, your pet will get bit by a flea. So when we start to knock the numbers down, even if we have a dog or a cat that's allergic, they still will need to get bit before they die. So the flea bites within a matter of within an hour of being on a pet. Most, even the best products, don't kill them for at least 4 hours, so they will still be bit.
Okay, but then that bug dies.
But then that bug dies, okay. And that's the point. Is you want something that some of the over-the-counter products work great when you first put them on.
Right.
The problem is that they don't last well. The carrier isn't great, so they end up washing off. They end up becoming non-effective after about 3 weeks, and we need to put it on again in 4 weeks. So there's a week where, again, every one of those fleas produces 50 eggs. You end up just perpetuating this problem, and it's so difficult. 30 years ago, if you had fleas, you may as well move. There was no way to take care of this problem.
Wow.
There are so many good products out there that are extremely well vetted and very safe. No product, I mean, you can get sick from drinking water.
Right.
So when it comes down to it, nothing is absolutely 100% the right choice for every pet. So we want to make sure that they have no reactions to it, that they do well.
Yep. So go and talk to your
options.
local vet and find out what is going to be best for your animal. You don't want them to suffer through these months. Nani is waiting for some wonderful person to be their new best friend. Nani is waiting for you over at the Buffalo Animal Shelter. He's 2 years old and he is just about ready to go, and he is perfect. There you go, one more shot at Nani, who's adorable. Thanks, guys.